Greetings, it's Bianca here with a quick tutorial on how to create your very own RSVP line using Google Voice. This short video will focus primarily on your Google Voice settings. If you don't already have a Google Voice phone number and need help figuring out what to do, visit the Budget Savvy Bride for the full tutorial on the steps needed in setting up your RSVP line. The link to the article can be found in the information bar below. Once you've set up your Google Voice phone number, you'll get a screen like this. Click on the Tools icon and select Settings. You'll notice several different settings tabs. These all provide a range of options to maximize the use of your Google Voice phone line. However, the only settings we'll adjust for our RSVP line are phones, voicemail and text, and calls. On the Phones tab, you'll want to make sure that you uncheck the box forwarding calls to Google Chat. Otherwise, you'll get calls via chat whenever you are logged into your email. This is especially important if you have Gmail open during the day at work. No bueno. However, you do want to be sure that any phones you'd like to receive calls on are checked. This screen only shows one line, but feel free to add more by selecting Add Another Phone. Do not, I repeat, do not click Activate Google Voicemail on this phone. You do not want the Google Voicemail message we'll create in a later step to be the message callers hear when they dial your personal number, so don't click the link. If you notice, I left the options to receive text messages unchecked. I did that because the email alerts are all I need, and I did not want to be bombarded with duplicative calls, texts, and emails. Now let's move on to the Voicemail and Text tab. I actually saved the voicemail recording for last, but this is where it's done. When you're ready to record your greeting, you'll click Record New Greeting and follow the prompts. You can listen to your greeting by hitting the play button and click Re-record if you don't like it. I love getting the email alerts. It makes me quite happy, and I'm so not ashamed. I opted to send all notifications of voicemails and texts received to my email. As they come in, I drop them into a personal folder for RSVP notifications received from our wedding website as well. You have the option of adding your fiance or anyone else who might be helping you with your RSVPs. In the beginning, it might be best to limit the kitchen to one cook, if you know what I mean. You can bring in the reinforcements once you've reached the point when it's time to enjoy being a bride. But again, this is a decision for you to make based on what's best for you. I didn't find it necessary to create a voicemail pin. It seemed like an unnecessary step for information that isn't all that sensitive. So let's skip down to transcriptions. Transcriptions are enabled in my Google Voice settings, but it's not accurate at all. Not even a little bit. The best part of enabling the transcriptions are the laughs you'll have when you see how off it is. Now let's move to the Calls tab. This tab has everything to do with how you want the incoming calls to be treated. First of all, there's no need to turn call screening on. By leaving this feature on, callers will be asked to say their name before their call is connected. To me, it's reminiscent of the days when folks may collect calls, and it's totally unnecessary and it could be off-putting for callers. My recommendation is to turn this feature off, as shown here. As for the incoming caller ID, I chose to have my Google Voice number shown on my display so that if I'm answering my phone, I'm aware that I'll be speaking to someone who is invited to attend our wedding. Many of you may not want to talk to your guests and instead have them leave a recorded message, and that's fine. If that's the case for you, you should absolutely enable the Do Not Disturb feature. Calls will automatically be routed to your voicemail. You may also see a setting for outgoing caller ID. It only applies to text messages, so unless you plan on texting guests, it's nothing to worry about. However, for some reason, it's sometimes visible in my settings and sometimes not. As you can see, it's missing on this screen. If you want to see missed calls show up in your inbox, go ahead and check it. but you can just as well check your call history to see if you missed a call from someone. I'm sure majority of your calls will be missed, and most guests can just leave a message. Scroll down and check enable recording, and you may have been prompted to allow Google filter to collect all the spam callers and text messages. We all know that people make careers out of spamming, and Google makes a point to track down known spammers. I think it's wise to go ahead and let Google filter out known spammers. No need for you to duplicate their efforts. And that's it. Now you know how to make your own RSVP line using Google Voice. I'm sure there's a lot more you can do with Google Voice, but these steps were sufficient enough for my needs. I'm not an expert, so I may not be able to answer all your questions, but I'll try to help if I can. If you're interested in more ways to save money while planning your wedding, be sure to check out thebudgetsavvybride.com. It is an awesome resource for brides on a budget. The full tutorial is available only at the Budget Savvy Bride. You can find the permanent link in the information bar below. So go get married, people, and thanks for watching.